In the lively village of Awuru, Awuru was a man whose vibrant spirit and boundless energy made him the heart of the community. At 28, he was known for his strength, charisma, and dedication to his work as a skilled craftsman. His infectious laughter and unwavering optimism made him beloved by all, but his heart belonged to one person, Siju. Siju was a vision of beauty and grace at 24. Her serene demeanor and captivating smile had a way of lighting up even the darkest days. She and Awuru had been inseparable since they first met, their love story one of pure devotion and shared dreams. They had agreed to marry, their future together brimming with promise and joy. They often walked through the village hand in hand, making plans for their future and dreaming of the family they would build together. Awuru and Siju's love was evident to all who knew them. Their bond was not just about shared affection but also mutual respect and support. Awuru's eyes would light up whenever Siju entered the room, and Siju's laughter was always the loudest when Awuru was around. They were the couple everyone admired, the embodiment of true love. But fate has a way of testing the strongest bonds. One morning, the village awoke to find that Awuru was missing. Panic spread like wildfire, and a search party was quickly organized. As the days passed without any sign of him, the villagers' worry deepened. The truth emerged in the most shocking way. Awuru had been captured by the neighboring village of Abu, a place known for its strict and ancient traditions. The elders of Abu revealed the reason for Awuru's capture: he had unwittingly defied one of their sacred customs. According to their laws, the only way to secure his release was for Awuru to provide a virgin woman to be defiled by Abu's 7 strongest men. If Awuru failed to comply within 7 days, Awuru would be sacrificed to their gods. The news struck Awuru like a thunderbolt. The village council convened urgently, and despite an exhaustive search, no suitable candidate was found. The clock was ticking, and despair loomed large. It was then that Siju, with a heart full of love and courage, stepped forward. "I will go," she said, her voice steady despite the fear in her eyes. "I am still a virgin, and I cannot let Awuru die." Her decision shocked everyone. The villagers were torn between their admiration for her bravery and their horror at the proposed act. Despite their reservations, they knew that Siju's sacrifice was the only way to save Awuru. With heavy hearts, they escorted her to Abu. On arriving in Abu, the elders revealed their real plan and reason for the capture of Awuru. The village of Abu was actually seeking a virtuous virgin to marry their only prince. They had exhausted all methods within their village without success until one elder suggested capturing a renowned personality from a neighboring village and demanding a virgin for the captive's release. When Siju arrived in Abu, the elders explained their secret plan. They assured her that there would be no defiling, but it must be kept secret until the day of her supposed ordeal. Siju explained the unbreakable bond between her and Awuru and that only death could separate them. Recognizing the strength and purity of such a bond, the elders were ready to let her go free. She then begged them never to reveal the truth, wanting to test Awuru's loyalty to their love. The elders agreed to her request, respecting her courage and determination. Siju returned to Awuru with the knowledge of the secret plan, but she bore the weight of the secret alone. Her mind was a whirlwind of emotions, relief, fear, and a deep-seated hope that Awuru's love for her would withstand the trial. Meanwhile, Awuru languished in a dark cell, his thoughts consumed by fear for Siju and anger at his own helplessness. He had no idea of the sacrifice she was making for him. The cell was cold and damp, and the days seemed to stretch into an eternity. Each moment was filled with anxiety and dread, his mind racing with thoughts of Siju and the possibility that he might never see her again. On the seventh day, as the ritual concluded, Awuru was brought before the elders of Abu. The elders, with their stern faces and piercing eyes, informed him of what had transpired. They described Siju's supposed sacrifice in cold, clinical terms, but the weight of their words hit Awuru like a physical blow. Though he was grateful for his release, his heart was heavy with the knowledge of what he believed Siju had endured. He was escorted back to Adaro, his body weak but his mind racing with conflicting emotions. The journey back to his village was filled with a sense of surreal detachment. He could barely comprehend the reality of what had happened. As he neared Adaro, the familiar sights and sounds of his home filled him with a bittersweet mixture of relief and sorrow. The villagers welcomed Awuru back with joy and relief, their faces lighting up at the sight of him. There were tears of happiness, embraces, and heartfelt words. But the reunion was tainted by the knowledge of the price that had been paid for his freedom. Awuru's eyes searched the crowd for Siju, and when he finally saw her, his heart broke at the sight of her weary, bruised face. The joyous reunion between Awuru and Siju was short-lived. As the reality of what had happened sank in, Awuru struggled to reconcile his feelings. He was overwhelmed with gratitude for Siju's sacrifice, but he was also consumed by anger and hurt. The knowledge that she had been defiled by 7 men was a bitter pill to swallow. "I cannot continue with our love," he declared one night, his voice breaking. "You have slept with 7 men. I cannot accept this." Siju's heart shattered at his words. She had endured the unimaginable out of love for Awuru, and now she was being cast aside. The village, which had once admired her bravery, now whispered about her, casting judgment on the woman who had saved their beloved Awuru. The whispers were harsh and unforgiving, turning her into a pariah. Both families were devastated by the turn of events, unable to reconcile the situation. Siju's parents were heartbroken, seeing their daughter's spirit crushed. Awuru's family, too, was torn between their gratitude for Siju's sacrifice and their discomfort with the stigma attached to her. The once tight-knit community was now fractured by gossip and judgment. As days turned into weeks, the village head, a wise and respected elder, called for Awuru. In a private meeting, he spoke with the young man, his tone firm yet compassionate. "Awuru, you must understand the magnitude of Siju's sacrifice. She endured great pain and humiliation out of love for you. To cast her aside is to dishonor her bravery and your love." Awuru listened, the weight of the elder's words sinking in. The village head's presence commanded respect, and his wisdom was legendary. His heart ached with the realization of his own selfishness. He had allowed his pride and pain to overshadow the immense love and sacrifice Siju had shown. "You are young and full of pride," the village head continued, "but do not let that pride destroy something beautiful. Siju's love for you is unwavering, and she has proven it beyond measure. Reflect on this, and do not let anger and hurt dictate your actions." With newfound clarity, Awuru sought out Siju, his eyes filled with remorse. He found her sitting by the riverbank, the place where they had shared so many happy moments. Her eyes were red from crying, and her spirit seemed broken. "Siju," Awuru said, his voice trembling. "I am so sorry. I was blinded by my own pain and failed to see the depth of your love and sacrifice. Please, forgive me." Siju, though hurt and broken, saw the sincerity in his eyes. She had loved Awuru with all her heart and understood the complexity of his emotions. "I forgive you, Awuru," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. "I did what I did because I love you. All I ever wanted was to be with you." Their reconciliation was a turning point. The village, seeing their love and forgiveness, began to heal. The whispers ceased, replaced by admiration for their strength and resilience. The villagers realized that their judgment had been unfair and that Siju's bravery deserved respect and honor. Awuru and Siju's wedding was a joyous celebration, a symbol of love's triumph over adversity. The entire village came together to celebrate their union, their hearts filled with hope and joy. The ceremony was held under the ancient oak tree at the center of the village, its branches symbolizing strength and endurance. On the night of their wedding, Awuru was overcome with a mixture of emotions. His love for Siju had never been stronger, but a lingering doubt gnawed at him. That night, as they lay together, Awuru discovered that Siju was still a virgin. Shocked and confused, he asked her how this was possible. With tears in her eyes, Siju revealed the truth. "Awuru, the elders of Abu never intended to harm me. Their demand was a test, a way to find a woman of unparalleled bravery and loyalty for their prince. They respected our love and allowed me to return unharmed. I kept this secret to test your loyalty to me." Awuru was overwhelmed with a rush of emotions, relief, gratitude, and profound love for Siju. He held her close, his heart filled with admiration for her strength and sacrifice. "You are truly remarkable, Siju. I am so sorry for doubting you. I promise to honor our love and never let anything come between us again." The next day, the truth about Siju's ordeal was revealed to the entire village. The villagers were astounded and deeply moved by her bravery and the secret she had kept. The elders and young ones alike reflected on the lessons of love, sincerity, courage, and sacrifice that Siju's actions had taught them. Together, Awuru and Siju built a life filled with happiness and prosperity. Awuru's craftsmanship flourished, bringing prosperity to the community. His reputation as a master craftsman spread far and wide, and people from neighboring villages sought his work. Siju, known for her wisdom and kindness, became a pillar of support for many in the village. She started a small hospitality home for women and children, teaching them not only hard work but also values of compassion and resilience. Their home echoed with laughter and love as they were blessed with children. Awuru and Siju's story became a legend in Adaro, a testament to the power of sacrifice, forgiveness, and unwavering love. Their children grew up hearing the tale of their parents' love and sacrifice, instilling in them a deep sense of honor and integrity. As the years passed, Awuru and Siju's bond grew even stronger. They faced life's challenges together, drawing strength from their shared experiences. Their children grew up in a home filled with love and stories of bravery and sacrifice. Awuru and Siju made sure to instill in them the values of compassion, resilience, and the importance of standing by those you love. The village of Awuru thrived under their leadership. Awuru's craftsmanship flourished, bringing prosperity to the community. His reputation as a master craftsman spread far and wide, and people from neighboring villages sought his work. Siju's hospitality home became a beacon of hope and knowledge, shaping the minds and hearts of the next generation. In their twilight years, Awuru and Siju sat together, reflecting on their journey. They had faced unimaginable trials, but their love had endured. They were surrounded by their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, each one a testament to their enduring legacy. Awuru and Siju's story became a beacon of wisdom in the village. Their grandchildren often sought their counsel, sitting by their feet and listening to tales of bravery, sacrifice, and love. Awuru's eyes would light up as he recounted their journey, emphasizing the importance of forgiveness and understanding. One day, as they sat under the ancient oak tree, their grandson Tate asked, "Grandpa, how did you stay strong through all the challenges you faced?" Awuru smiled, his eyes reflecting the years of experiences. "Love, Tate. True love gives you strength. It's not just about happiness, it's about facing hardships together, supporting each other, and never giving up. Your grandmother taught me that," Siju added, "and remember, Tate, that forgiveness is a powerful tool. Holding on to anger and hurt only destroys you. Letting go and forgiving can heal even the deepest wounds." As the years went by, the village of Awuru held an annual celebration to honor Awuru and Siju. It became a day of storytelling, music, and dance, where the villagers would gather to celebrate the enduring power of love and sacrifice. Awuru and Siju were the guests of honor, their presence a living testament to the values they upheld. The younger generation listened in awe as the elders narrated the story of Awuru's capture, Siju's brave decision, and their ultimate reconciliation. The celebration was not just about remembering the past but also about inspiring the future. It was a reminder that love, when tested, could overcome any obstacle. In their final years, Awuru and Siju's love remained as strong as ever. They watched as their children and grandchildren grew, each one carrying forward the legacy of love and sacrifice. Their home was filled with warmth, laughter, and the comforting presence of family. One evening, as the sun set over the village of Awuru, Awuru and Siju sat hand in hand, their hearts full of contentment. They had lived a life filled with challenges and triumphs, but through it all, their love had been their guiding light. Awuru turned to Siju, his eyes filled with love. "We did it, Siju. We built a life together, and our love has stood the test of time." Siju smiled, her eyes brimming with tears of joy. "Yes, Awuru. Our love is eternal." And so, surrounded by their loved ones, Awuru and Siju passed peacefully, their hands still intertwined, their love story a beacon of hope and inspiration for generations to come. Years later, the story of Awuru and Siju was still told in Awuru, a beacon of love and sacrifice. The villagers spoke of their bravery and unwavering devotion, passing the legend down through the generations. Awuru and Siju's children, now adults with families of their own, often recounted their parents' story to their children, ensuring that the legacy of love and sacrifice would never be forgotten. Their grandchildren, inspired by their grandparents' story, grew up with a deep sense of honor and compassion. They carried forward the values of sacrifice and forgiveness, instilling them in their own children. The village of Awuru, united by the enduring legacy of Awuru and Siju, continued to thrive, a testament to the power of love and the strength of the human spirit. And so, the story of Awuru and Siju lived on, a shining example of true love's triumph over adversity. It served as a reminder to all who heard it that love, when tested, can conquer even the greatest of challenges.
Every bit of it all. Now I want you to do me one favor, subscribe to this channel, like and turn on the notification bell if you have not done so that whenever I release my next video, you will be notified immediately. See you soon.